Welcome to my channel where I attempt to get to the bottom of some of the wildest stories, goings on and conspiracy theories out there. Today we're going to be taking a dive back into flat earth theory, which was pretty much my bread and butter when I started my channel. And let me tell you, for those of you that are new to it, it's a doozy. But before we begin, a quick reminder that all views and opinions expressed in this video are my own. However, they are based on scientific evidence collected by myself or others. Now, for those newcomers, let's have a quick breakdown. The flat earth theory is the belief that the earth is not really a sphere or a globe, but more of a flat disc-shaped object, or at least flat on top. Technically, no one knows what the bottom looks like. It really does sound like something out of a science fiction movie or a Terry Pratchett novel. But believe it or not, there are people out there that still believe in this theory. So where does this idea come from? The idea of flat earth can be just traced back to ancient times, where everyone thought the world was flat because no one had travelled around the whole thing, mapped it out, or didn't have the technology, obviously, like satellites, to be able to take pictures of it from space. Maps from this period, just like the one you see here, reflect this belief. So basically, they just didn't know any better. It was a lack of technology and understanding. And funnily enough, it is that same lack of scientific understanding that breeds flat earthers today. However, for the rest of us, as time passed and scientific knowledge advanced, the idea of a round or spherical earth became more and more accepted. A long time ago, people like Pythagoras and Parmenides thought that the Earth might be a sphere because of their knowledge in mathematics and how they observed things in the sky. But it wasn't until the 3rd century BCE when a Greek scientist named Eratosthenes came along actually measured Earth's size. He did this by looking at the angle in which the sun's light hit two different cities at the same time of day. The idea of a spherical Earth was widely accepted by the Greek and Roman scientific community and later embraced by early scientists and scholars in other cultures. The knowledge was common by the time of Ptolemy, a Greek-Roman citizen living in Alexandria in the 2nd century CE, and influenced his work on geography, which was widely used for over 1,000 years. Then, in the 15th century, the famous explorer Ferdinand Magellan and his crew circumnavigated the globe. Sadly, Ferdinand Magellan was killed on the island of Mactan in what is now the Philippines. However, his crew did finish the journey. If the Earth was flat, there's no way you could start at one point, sail with an understanding of the globe, and sail round coming back. Of course, flat earthers will say that they just followed the line and curved to the right. And in the 20th century, experiments such as the Bedford Level experiment and Foucault's pendulum further reinforced the scientific evidence for a round Earth. And then, of course, the most convincing evidence now is the fact that astronauts have been able to travel to space and take photos of the Earth, clearly showing its spherical shape. Now, you might be wondering, if all of this evidence points to a globe, why do people still believe in flat earth theory? There are just many reasons, and I will be attempting to do a series on this at some point, delving into the psychological aspects behind conspiracy theorists. However, just to break it down, basically, a lot of it comes from a lack of understanding in science and mathematics, as well as an inability to think critically or even in 3 dimensions. A lot of them cannot grasp the size and scale of the Earth compared to us. They think that we should be able to see curvature with the naked eye, whereas we are so tiny that if you're standing at sea level, looking out to the horizon, you're basically looking at a couple of feet of curvature across a few miles spread. There is no way for the human eye to discern that curve. So they all think that the Earth is flat, but there are different sort of aspects to it. Some of them think that the government is hiding it from us to basically try to hide God. Some of them believe they're hiding it because past what we have currently mapped, they believe there are other lands and resources that we don't know about. Some believe that Antarctica is actually an ice wall that surrounds the flat Earth. There are religious types that believe the Bible tells us the Earth is flat and kind of look at it as if we were just tiny beings on this hunk of rock inside of a massive universe that somehow makes us insignificant. However, remember, we don't need to be the center of the universe for our lives to be significant. It's what you do with it that matters. At the end of the day though, no matter what exact beliefs these people have, their ideas all lack any scientific evidence and are easily debunked. Some examples are the way we look at the stars and see them rotate in the northern and southern hemispheres being opposite directions point to a globe. Sunrise and sunsets point to it. Eclipses, when you see the Earth's shadow cast on the moon, no matter where you are looking at it from, it is always a curved edge. Now, a curved edge from any angle can only point to a sphere. And again, if you ever wondered what would happen if the Earth was flat and you tried to fly to the edge of it, I presume you'd crash into their imaginary dome. Another aspect of flat Earth belief is the Antarctic Treaty that they believe completely stops people going to Antarctica because the government doesn't want you to know it's an ice wall. However, you are allowed to go to Antarctica. It is just one of the most inhospitable places on Earth, and you have to be very careful just to survive. Everything we see points to the globe, whereas flat earthers have to ignore and deny things and even make stuff up, such as relative density disequilibrium, just to try and make their belief work. Thanks for watching my video.